So if you're using this Feng Shui Bagua, drop everything you're doing because you're following the wrong one. Over the next 5 minutes, I'm going to walk through with you the main reason why most of you guys are still struggling to see results from your Feng Shui placements. And it's all because of this so-called Feng Shui Bagua. You've likely researched on Feng Shui online and probably only exposed to this one, and you followed it and your results were hit and miss. I did a quick Google, and shockingly, it actually wasn't easy to find the real classical Feng Shui Bagua. So I made a free one sheet for you. Just comment below and I'll give you a link to the free one sheet so you can start doing Feng Shui following the actual Bagua. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Safrina Kadri and I'm the founder of Feng Shui And Prosper. And I've served and taught hundreds of students and clients all over the world on how to use real classical Feng Shui for real results. None of the diluted, bastardized versions of Feng Shui that is, unfortunately, the most prevalent out there in mainstream media. In each of my 15 video series, you're going to get one main teaching on how to go from Feng Shui confused to Feng Shui empowered. So make sure you watch the whole series of 15 videos. So in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you why this is the wrong quote unquote Feng Shui Bagua to follow, and how this Bagua is actually taken from classical Feng Shui, but spun it off with the wrong application and the wrong context. So if you're anything like me, this is the Bagua that you started out following, or maybe you're still using this one. There's a few different versions out there in terms of what I call fast food Feng Shui Bagua, but this is the most common one where they look at your door, and based on your door, you're using the furthest corner away from you as your wealth or abundance area. The one furthest to that corner is the relationship area, and so on and so forth, right? You're also going to see versions of this that have a compass. So there's another version that uses the door as the north. It doesn't matter where the door actually is, but this other school of Feng Shui uses the door as the north of your room, making this as the south. This is the west, the east, southeast, southwest, northwest, and northeast, right? And then, so they would say your northeast corner is your knowledge or your spirituality direction. The east is your family or your past direction. The south is the fame corner. The west is your children or your creativity or your future corner, or the north as your career corner, and the northwest as your helpful people or your travel corner. Guess what? This Bagua only started in the 1960s. This is not the one you use in classical Feng Shui Bagua. Some people gave this the 8 aspirations Bagua. Again, this is not the way that Feng Shui is traditionally used. It's not the way Feng Shui was meant to be practiced. So if you've been using this and following this Feng Shui Bagua, and you're getting lackluster results, or even worse, I have reports of people using this Bagua and they get themselves into even worse trouble than when they first started. So again, if this is the Feng Shui Bagua that you've been using and you're getting really confused and you're getting no results or bad results, stop everything that you're doing based on this Bagua, because this is not real Feng Shui. And like I mentioned earlier, because the real Bagua actually is hard to find online, believe it or not, which just says a lot about how much mainstream media just recycles and regurgitates bad Feng Shui information. So it's not your fault if this is the Bagua that you have been following, because that's all that's out there. But if you follow me and watch all the rest of this video series, you're going to start learning with each series the one main thing for you to bring you closer to real Feng Shui the way it was meant to be practiced. Now going to part 2 of this video series, and we're going to dive deeper into the real Feng Shui Bagua.